Hey, construction administration by architects refers to the phase of an architectural project where the architect oversees and ensures the construction project aligns with the project's design intent, drawings, and specifications. What does that all mean? It means that the architect draws something, lines and circles. I always say it's the easiest thing in the world for us. We represent drawings. We represent what should happen in the construction by giving you details, by giving you floor plans, by giving you section cuts, by giving you elevations with detailed information on what materials to use. That's what we call the specifications. The phase really begins once the construction starts. So that's when construction administration starts. After schematic design, after design development. It's a lot of little words that architects use that we have been taught. Some of us for 5 years, 8 years in school will give you a lot of language that only architects understand. But when we are working with either a contractor or an owner, we like to present that information in a more understandable way. However, we all have to follow the same process so that we all understand what we're talking about. Overall, we go to the site once a week to make sure that the drawings that we gave the contractor or the drawings that got approved by the owner are being built the way it was intended. That's what it all means. Fading out. I'm on my iPhone and giving you this explanation during my walk before I start the whole day of work. But let's keep talking about the lingo of architects and contractors. The key responsibilities of the architect and construction administration, like I said before, is to do site visits and observe. We conduct the regular visits to see what the process and that ensure that the work that it's been done aligns with the details that we gave. Document observation is something that we do by providing a site report at the end of the week and maintain a record of how the building is being constructed. We communicate a lot and we do a lot of coordination. We are the person who is in communication with the owner, the contractor, other consultants, and those consultants sometimes are the electrical engineer, the mechanical engineer, the structural engineer, and we respond to the request for information, what we normally call the RFIs. Some people call them the request for interpretation. Either way is when the contractor wants more information or wants to verify that they understood the assignment, the drawing properly, and they just want to confirm that that's what it is. And we can get on later on. We'll talk about how RFIs can become a claim when it takes a little long for the architect to respond to those requests for information. But the other part that architects do is we review submittals and shop drawings. What does that mean? Well, it means that there is information that the contractor has to come up with so that it can be, sorry, I just got a text come in. I forgot to clear my text. There's a text from an owner that's telling me that he likes the floor. He likes how the floor was completed and that we don't need to do any more work. I was complaining that it wasn't quite right yet because I saw a little tear on the carpet, but he says it's fine. So if he's okay with it, I'm okay with it. We review the shop drawings so that the product information that the contractor is providing is the same that we specified, the same that we said they should use. And if it's not the same that we said he should use or she should use, then they have to provide information on how they plan to replace it or substitute it for something else. And if that something else is the same or equal, then we normally approve it. Again, it goes back to the design intent and those specifications. Another thing that we do as an architect and our key responsibility is change management, which is we manage all the change orders that have happened. Let's say the client decided that they want a different color, that the color that they had specifically requested in the beginning is not matching with what they had visualized or what their vision was. Then we go back and we change that. That therefore becomes a change order. Sometimes it's that change order will become more money because it's a different product, or because that product is not available anymore, or because that product now has to be shipped in a different time. Other times, maybe the client changed the product and it is going to be less money. So a change order doesn't necessarily always have to be negative. Sometimes it's positive in terms of getting a credit back. The other thing that we do is we review the payment applications that the contractor is providing to the owner. What does that mean? Well, every month or every 2 weeks, the contractor has to get paid for the work that they're doing and for the work that they're coordinating, for the work that they are providing to build your project. Well, sometimes we don't want to pay more than what the contractor has done because we want to also budget that regular amount of money, and we want to have a way to come back if something hasn't been done properly. If the contractor says that they're 100% done with something, does that really mean that the owner feels confident that that 100% is there? For example, if we would have paid a complete 100% of that invoice for that flooring that owner just contacted me, we would be negative. And how can we ensure that that contractor is going to come back to repair something when they might already have another job, they already have a schedule that they have to keep up, so they might not have an incentive to come back and get that final payment or that payment for the month. So that's why architects review and certify the contractor's payment applications so that we pay them when the work has been completed, and it corresponds to actually the project process. Is the contractor 80% completed? Is the owner satisfied with the work that the contractor has done at 80%? The other part that we do is we do quality control. We monitor the construction quality to ensure that we meet all the standards that we have put in place from the beginning. This means quality control also refers to following the compliance code and the industry standards. For example, one classic example is the railing on a stair. We normally want the stairs in a commercial building to be at least a foot away from the last tread, the last step. The reason why we want that is because we want people to be guided down as they go down the steps, and their final step is not actually the step that rises, but the last step is the floor. So we don't want people to trip, and if they were to trip, they can still hang on to that handrail. There are many little things. As much as we might not like what the code does, there are many good things that the code has in order to protect the safety of people. Another part that we do as key roles of the architect is to actually have issue resolution. Let's say that there is a discrepancy between what the owner thought they were going to get and what the contractor provided, we as architects become that person that can resolve the issue so that everybody wins. And we help the contractor state their case to the owner on why they should get paid the amount that they're saying that they should get paid. Because you never know, there's little issues that come up on a job that we are not aware, but the contractor might be aware. And many times they actually lose money because they want to also have a happy customer. One of the last things that we do is we prepare the punch list. And the punch list is the contractor tells us we're done with our work. Then the architect comes and takes note of all the little things. It can be as small as there's a smudge on the wall that doesn't match the same color of the paint for the wall. So that's our punch list where we say this doesn't really match to the quality that we have expected. If there is defective work, we want to make sure that that's corrected before the final completion is approved. During the closeout documentation is where we verified that all the as-built drawings are provided by the contractor, that the warranties and the operations manuals are in line with what the architect specified and what the contractor said they were going to install. There are other documents during closeout documents, and all these documents are provided to the owner. The warranties, the type of fan, for example, that they put in, all the information from the mechanical engineers of what they specified and what the mechanical subcontractor also provided for the warranty. So in a way, we assist the owner in understanding the maintenance of their home due to all the documentation the contractor has given us, because they are the ultimate people who know what was installed. There are many benefits for hiring an architect, and hopefully this starts our conversation